I'm gonna start the first of a series that I plan on doing called Tip Tuesdays. I was gonna do Technique Tuesdays, but then I just realized, hey, let's not limit this. It could be tips about anything. So I decided that the first tip that we're gonna do is the red lip tip. So I wanna call it the red lip tip, but really anything I tell you about how to accomplish the red lip, you could apply to any bright lip or any really dark lip. It's all gonna be applicable here. It requires a little bit of preparation, and so there's a few things to know. First of all, when you're thinking about a red lip, what is your comfort level? Have you ever worn a red lip before? Are you intimidated by the thought of a really intense lip? Because you could go from a tint to something more sheer that's a lipstick. You could wear a metallic. You could go for something really matte and opaque. It just depends on what your comfort level is and what kind of look you're going for. So if you're new to the red lip game and you want to go for something a little bit softer, a tint or a sheer gloss or something like that, I have a couple of products to show you that are things you can look into. So we'll talk about a few things like tools and options. So let's get down to business. So first of all, tools. Let's talk about the tools we need. Some tools you're gonna need is obviously the red that you're gonna wear. So whether that's a tint or something like that. So they make different kinds of tints. Here's a tint that is like, it looks like a marker tip. And but it goes on, very easy to put on. It's pretty sheer, and you can even sheer it out a little more. So you can put it on, and then you can use one of our other tools that we need, which is tissues, to kind of soften that up before it sets down. So there's that kind of tint. There's also a kind of tint that comes in like what looks like a lip gloss. So it's very sheer. A lot of times these tints have a brush tip applicator. So that's another option of a tint. You can go for something metallic. So a metallic option right here. This is one that I really love. This is like a liquid lipstick, but with a metallic finish. These also tend to be more forgiving. So that's a good option if you need something that's forgiving, if your comfort level is kind of on the lower end. So that's a good option. Also, we have something that's not quite red, but it's in the red family. So it's got red undertones, but maybe you're just not ready to go for that full on red lip. And then let's go the other direction. Maybe you want something that's really dark, vampy, so all of that good stuff. So you have dark options, a burgundy or, you know, a maroon, if that's what you like. And then another tool I wanted to talk to you guys about is lip liners. So if you're gonna do a dark or intense lip, it's really important to use a lip liner. You could use a nude liner if you don't have a liner that matches it. Some brands sell a clear liner. So you wanna find a good lip liner or lip primer. So that's really important. But they have all kinds. There's ones that are red. They also have them in burgundy or darker tones. So you just have to find what liner works for you. It's good. There's a lot of brands that offer like waterproof liner or like the kinds of liners that really stay long term. So that's another great thing to remember is finding a good liner. Let's say you're ready for that red lip, but you're not sure about using a traditional lipstick. So this would be a traditional lipstick that is quite red, and I believe this is probably what I'm going to go ahead and use today, just for the sake of showing you all of the options here. And then lastly, you can get a red liquid lipstick. So this is a great option if you really want to go for that power-packed bright red, like true red lip, but you're scared of transfer and things like that. Finding a really good liquid lip is a great option. So let's talk about preparation. So if your lips are kind of bumpy, they have a lot of dead skin on them, they're just rough, that's not really going to be a great canvas to put a bright or deep or really intense lip look on. So you want to make sure that you're taking care of your lips, that you're exfoliating your lips which you don't have to buy some crazy exfoliator. You can even exfoliate your lips, like say you have a soft toothbrush and you want to just lightly go over your lips with a toothbrush and then finish with whatever your favorite lip balm is. So do that like maybe a couple times a week, just to keep your lips nice and soft and supple and to keep dead skin from kind of building up and like peeling. Everybody has their favorite lip balm. Go ahead and use your favorite lip balm, put that on, and then right before you go to do your lip look, you're gonna wanna take your tool, the tissue, and then you're gonna just kind of blot the excess lip balm off of your lips. Okay, so my lips are still soft. There's no excessive dead skin on them or anything like that. But now we kind of want to cancel out that. So we're going to go through like the steps from beginning to end of how to create this lip look. So I want to prevent feathering. I want to create a great canvas to put this color on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by taking my beauty sponge that I already used this morning and whatever kind of excess foundation you have kind of left on there, go ahead and use that to cancel out the lips. And then also make sure you get around the lips, because what that'll do is it'll kind of fill in lines and things like that. Where I'm also one that I like to powder very lightly over this, so I'm gonna do those steps. So I didn't cancel my lips out completely, and I did that on purpose. I don't feel like it's completely necessary, especially with the steps of using a lip liner and a lipstick, all that great stuff. You don't really need to take all of the color out of your lips. I'm also going to use my big powder brush that I used to put my powder on today, and I'm gonna go ahead and go over my lips there, and then it'll really smooth everything out, especially around the lip line, so that whenever you're working on that, it's not going to, it's gonna prevent feathering long term, okay? Okay. So now the steps of actually applying the lips. So the first thing you're gonna really wanna do is do a lip liner. And when you do the lip liner, you have to find what really works for your lip shape as far as putting the liner on. And then you wanna fill it in at least partially because especially if your lip liner doesn't match your lipstick perfectly, you may be able to kind of see it through, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna line the lips. Okay, it's not perfect, but it doesn't have to be. As usual, what I'm gonna tell you is makeup is something you can put on, take off, play around with, have fun with. Another side note about your comfort level, if you're not super comfortable with a red lip and you know you have an event coming up where you really want to wear one, just make sure you practice a few times when you're going somewhere that's, you know is not going to be like pivotal for your lipstick to be perfect or whatever in your own eyes. Obviously, makeup is subjective, so whatever is perfect to you is perfect to you. Okay, so now that I have my lip liner on and I've kind of worked it into the lip a little bit, I then kind of smushed my lips together to feather that into the lip line. Now I'm gonna grab my actual lipstick bullet and I'm gonna apply this color. Okay, got my awesome red lip on. All right, so the next step I'm gonna take is I'm gonna go ahead and grab my tissue again. And the reason I'm gonna do this is I wanna take off any excess so that there's not an extra amount of lipstick that's going to transfer to other things. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. okay? All that is extra. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna push just the inner part of my lips onto that, because that'll take off any excess that would get on my teeth. So that's good news. All right, so if your lip line isn't perfect, I'm gonna take a quick look at mine, see how it looks. Okay, so I'm noticing on the bottom lip here, there's a little bit of it's not a perfectly smooth line. So there's two ways you can handle this. I like to, I don't like to overline my lips. I like to put it just exactly on the line. So because of that, I can just take a very fine tipped brush. It's an angled brush, it's very fine. You can get these at any store. But if you do tend to overline your lips, or that's the kind of look that you're going for, you can take a little bit of your foundation or concealer, put it on this brush, and then you just go right around the edges and perfect those lines. I'm not going to do that because, like I said, I'm not a big fan of overlining, so I have a little bit of give. I have a little bit of leeway. So I'm just going to go over that section and smooth that line out. It's kind of even like a little bit difficult to tell that it's not perfect. That's the other point I want to make to you guys, is other people, they're not going to be right up on your face. So if it's not absolutely 100% perfect, chances are no one else is really going to notice. So unless it's something blatantly obvious that maybe it just didn't come out right, don't beat yourself up about it not being like a literal perfect line, because most people are not going to be right up in your face. I'm going to go ahead and perfect this line just so you guys can see what it looks like, and then go from there. And it's also useful to keep a tissue around when you're doing this, because once you go across that and you get product on here, you want to get the excess product off. Okay, so I have that the lines all perfected. I really like how it looks. What do you think? Now, tips about wearing red lips. If you're not using something like a liquid lipstick that dries down completely, and I purposefully did not use a liquid lipstick this time because I wanted to show you this. If you want your red lip to stay on all day, then use a straw when you're drinking, okay? And because I used that tissue to take the excess off, I don't have a ton of lipstick sitting here on my straw. I also got a yellow straw just so I could show you guys that. So use a straw whenever possible. When you're eating, make sure you open your mouth completely when you put food in your mouth, and bring your lipstick with you so that you can touch up whenever you need to. Okay, so bring your lipstick with you. If you did a great job with your lip liner, most likely you're only gonna have to touch up the inner part of the lips, so you shouldn't need to realign. That's a really good thing to think about too. Okay, so this is Tip Tuesday, red lips. What do you think? If you have anything specific for Tip Tuesday that you want me to go over, if you want me to talk about, then just go ahead and comment below. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you like Tip Tuesday, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, like this video, and if you want to see more Tip Tuesdays or other videos, then you can go ahead and ring the notification bell and set up a reminder so that you can come back and see me again. I would love to see you. I hope you guys have a great day and a fabulous week, and that maybe you try out a red lip this week.